Welcome back to another episode. Let me get my fingers of Look What Jess Found. I forgot what else. This is episode 257, and this is a throwback episode, meaning we're gonna take a or we can call it second looks. Now, if you're like me, and I know you are, if you're going through your pennies, you're just taking pennies and you're throwing them to the side to look at later on. This is a bag of misaligned dies that I have from the beginning of the channel. And they have been sitting in this bag over there for 7-8 months. Now, slight misaligned dies, just to quickly throw it out there, have no value. So 99, for all we want to do, well, first of all, but what a misaligned die can tell you is that there's a collar error, and it might lead to something else that I didn't pick up at the beginning of learning about coin errors, penny errors, coin errors when I first started this channel. So I don't think we're going to get through this whole thing. But what I can say is all of these have errors. Every single one of these pennies has a misaligned die. So all we want to do is very quickly see if it's something worth keeping or not. So that's a little bit more than half the bag. I want to see, what do you think? All right, I think that's about half the bag. Let's see. And all I'm going to do is very quickly, I'm going to look at it, and either there's something there, I'll put it to the side, or there's not, and I'll put it to a different side. All right, so this is a second look at errors that I had designated as, you see, as misaligned dies months and months ago. And if any of them are really, really misaligned, see, that's misaligned. See that? After looking, it's funny, right? I just looked at what an image of what a wire rim is. It's very sharp plating that comes up. See, this is just the misalignment. That's not a wire rim. How about the reverse? No. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to keep it. I have to be honest with you. I'm not going to keep anything that's slightly misaligned. Has a light lamination error. I have to say that's pretty cool. I like how it's wavy like that. Nope. And I'm thinking it's gonna take a half hour to go through these. Collar error again. It goes through. Yeah, we were looking at one like this in the other episode. Is it on both sides? Yeah, it's on both sides. You know, I'm not crazy about the condition of this one, though, to be honest with you. Nope. So we're going to go through a whole bag of misaligned dies. And we're going to try to see if we find anything interesting on any of these as quick as possible. And if any of them are in really nice condition, like this one is in, wow, immaculate condition. That's crazy. The condition is crazy for that one. This one is beautiful too. Are they both 73s? Yeah, they're both 73s. This one has some summer. I don't know, something there. I don't know what that is. Because of that, I'll probably end up putting it into the maybe something. Yeah, I'll put it into the AUs. We'll see. You know, but that's part of what penny brawl hunting is about. In the beginning, everything is so sensational. I think that's a good word for it. You know, I saw. See, this is even this. I know it's not a wire. It's very thin. The wire rim is very thin. This is just a misaligned die. It is pushing some of the copper up. It looks like it's pushing it. I don't know if that would meet the definition of a wire rim, though. So, yeah, these are nice. That's probably MS. Is it MS condition? I don't like this. I don't like the front. Let me see. Nah, I'll put that with the AUs. So this is part of the process. Now, if you're a slow learner like I am, then you're going to put pennies like this aside for a long, long time. And it might be a long, long time before you have enough experience on. Oh yeah, that's a pretty nice grease strike, and it's only in states and of, but it's in the whole states and of. I might have to put that. Let me look at that. I might have to put that one to the side. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I'll put that one to the side. Collar error. They're all collar errors. And I would, and I put them to the side because I really didn't know what the value was, and I was finding so many of them that I was like, "Wow, all these pennies valuable. Let me put them to the side because maybe they're valuable." You know what I'm saying? You know, but you can see the misalignment. See, this one's. You see how big the rim is on this side and how small it is on this side. Now, what we want to see is no rim. See, there is a little bit of a flap here, a little bit of a rim, but some of them you'll find and they'll be rimless. Those I like. Um, oh, an 82 copper Philadelphia large date. It's pretty nice. Yeah, the rim is split. There's no value in these though. That's the thing. I was so, like I said, fascinated by these when I first found them. This one has a die clash in the reverse. It's weak, but it's there. Oh, it's not that weak. It's just small. I think that's a die clash. It looks like a die clash. Kind of weird. Let me look at that one. Looks like a die clash to me. Pretty cool. I'll put it on the bottom. And I was just Eric just left a comment. Eric is one of our members. He's our oldest standing member, longest standing member, excuse me. And he mentioned what the error is when the line goes through the letters like that. The hub goes through the letters. Let me see if I can find it. If you have a channel, what you do is you go to your comment section, and then oh boy, and then you go to. I'll show you. Where's it at? You go to the three little lines, and then you could you can search. Then you just put the person's name there. If you have a, all right, so I'll put I think he goes on the right. He's his. So I'll put in Keen. Oh yeah. Then you have to click. I haven't responded. I've responded to already. Okay, here it goes. Oh, he had deteriorated dye as one of them. He told me about the beehive scent. Well, I don't see it here for some reason. I don't see it. I don't see it. No. But maybe he'll leave in the if he watch Eric, if you watch this video, leave in a comment if you know the error like that. Now this one is in pretty bad shape. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold on to it. I mean, it's not in horrible shape, but it's not a very valuable error, but it's nice to know what it is. Our first zinc. Ah, it's not a cud. Who knows? Could be post mint damage. You never know what it is. Could be a feeder error. Is it an AU condition? Very nice condition. Yeah, if I get through them quick enough, maybe I'll do the other part of the bag. I'm gonna do my best. Like again, I reviewed these before. The only question is is anything worthwhile on them. Look how light the L is. Yeah, I can see myself. Oh, is that interesting? Has to have corrosion right on the error, right? I'm not holding on to it. So what happens, after you start going through so many um, coin rolls, and you look at so many pennies, you start to make you start to determine your personal values, um, to what you're looking for. So, for example, a good example is Two Sheds Gabby. He has his own. Now, obviously, if he sees a significant error, he's going to put it to the side. I'm going to just assume that, and I'm sure he's done it. And he has a lot of videos like I do. And, and maybe one day he might revisit his copper pennies, right? So that's what he basically saves copper. Now, that's not what we do here on this channel. We search copper. We search all. We look for errors on zinc sense also. But and he might do that in some of his videos that I just didn't catch. You know what I'm saying? But basically, that's not his thing. Oh, that's a nice misalignment. Yeah, misalignment. It's a good example, so I'll put it to the side. It's just a good, it's not worth anything. It's just a good example. The rim is split. It's a collar error, not worth anything. And depending on his schedule and his, what his interests are, he just doesn't care whether or not, a penny has a certain error that's worth $1 or $2. That's nice. I'll put that into the AUs. Not quite MS. And I can understand why, I really can. It's like, come on, First of all, a penny that's worth $1 or $2, there's a good chance you're never gonna sell it. You know what I mean? Because between the fees and stuff like that, nobody really wants it. And if you got, what are you gonna do? You can bring them to a coin show and try to sell them for a quarter a piece. Just, I mean, I guess you could do that, but I think, like, to me, that's just. That's a nice one. I'll put that into the MS. All right, we're gonna do the whole bag. We're gonna do the whole bag. Goodbye, bag. Those pennies are going into rolls. A couple of them will go into a flip. Maybe just a couple. Is this a zinc? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's I would call this a clad error. Kind of cool looking. Put it to the bottom. Not worth anything. Most of these aren't worth anything. Copper? Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you want it to be a little bit more than that, you know? And I already have a good example of a misaligned die for the short video that I'm going to do later. But you know what? I get this bag off my desk finally. It's got to be zinc. Let me look at that. Corrosion. Oh wow, another 84. Especially if the pennies aren't in good condition. You know, that's a big part of this whole, right? Because an error on a penny that's in MS65 versus one that's in fine condition could be the difference between it being worth $1 and $100. And most pennies you're going to find are going to be in, well, this is like probably low AU. I don't know what those little things are at the top, if that's dirt or rust. Dirt. Could be low AU. So they're really, based on their condition, they're not really worth anything, even if they have an error on it, unless it's a super duper crazy error. You know, which most of these, which none of these are crazy errors. This is a nice condition scent. Put that with the MS. You know, this one has a die clash. I think we found another one with a die clash too. Yeah, see, it's not worth anything though. Even this die clash isn't worth anything. You know, it's a nice AU conditioned penny. Yeah, you can see the misalignment. You can see why I put it to the side, because it's misaligned. You know, but at this point in my experience, I know that that's not worth anything. They're all misaligned. You know. You know, we're just seeing if I put one to the side that was really worth something. And this is just part of the hobby. This is it. You know, that's all there is to it. Yeah, on the right side, this has very little rim on the right side. Could be a color error. You know, it's a little too busy. It's a little bit too difficult to distinguish whether or not that's pre or post. This is it, man. This is what months and months and months that I will look at of 69D, no floating roof. Let me look at this one under the loop. You know, just gets you to the point where you're able to distinguish. Let me look at that. Huh. This is interesting. Uh-huh. Yeah, so there's a name for when something like is on the edge and it makes a little line like that on it. Sometimes it's post-mint that, but you can kind of tell. Look how it's a little bit more rounded on this one. You know, so it could be a mint error. It's pretty cool. But I'll put it to the side. It's not worth anything. Not they have to be really, I have some of them that are really big. They look like flowers, you know, huge fissures. But you still have to, the point is that you really have to be able to still take notice of the errors. Because it's the skill, right? Is it like riding a bike? Maybe. It might be like riding a bike. Like if you stop doing it for 5 or 10 years, you know, you could probably refresh yourself, you know, with a couple hundred penny rolls, and you know you're back on track. You know what I mean? Read over couple hundred pages of an error glossary, and it'll probably bring all that memory back to you. You can see the has a little bit of the lamination error. It's not worth anything. So I thought this was going to take an hour, but I think that the errors are so the errors outside of the misalignment are so few that I really didn't need to spend that much time on them. I guess it doesn't matter if I drop it or not. So I'll take this opportunity. Oh, here's the one I dropped. Let me look at that. It could be a feeder error. It's not worth anything. Yeah. To give a shout out to all of our members. You're still here at a half an hour. Thank you very much. Eric from keeneEyeCollectables. His YouTube channel is in the description below. Sandra, Shelia, Otis, Tara, and Tina. Welcome, all of you. Members get to see the videos in advance, right? So I schedule videos ahead of time, right? Which of course makes the most amount of sense. A lot of people do it. You don't even know half the time when people are doing it unless you're really into their channel. Then when you go into their main page, you'll see videos that say members. It says something like members. What does it say? I'm on my dashboard. Let me see what it says. Then you click. Oh no, you have to go into the main page too, just like you do. And then it says for you, popular shorts. Here it goes. It says members first. So let me go zoom out a bit. It'll say members first, right? So if you're in the page, right, that's the page. And then it'll show you popular videos, shorts, other stuff that I've done. And then it'll say members only videos. But now it's members first, really. They're not members only. They're members only initially. Now some videos are members only, meaning only they're not scheduled. They're just for members. Like, I talk about some personal stuff sometimes, and I'm not going to share that with the world. You know what I mean? My members are people who are invested. They're like my friends, to be honest with you. Which I'm happy to have them. And but most of the videos are scheduled, and members get to see them first. So it's members first. I think that was the best way to put it. To me, members only are videos that only members will ever be able to see. And I do have a playlist for members only videos. Is this one of those? It don't matter. It's got cook on. It's what a shame. Let me look at that. What a beautiful, beautiful. It has. What is that? Oh, it has like resin on it. I'm gonna shame. It has resin on it. And you can see it on the front mostly. I'm not sure what that's from. Oh well. So it's funny, right? Because this video is taking about the same amount of time, and we went through. Wow, man, it's got to be close to 2 rolls, 100 pennies or so. Yeah, it's a lamination error. It's a weak lamination error, though. As long as it took me to do 9 pennies of research. So I went through these 100 or so pennies in the same amount of time, right? From episode, oh my goodness. Episode 256 was research, and it was about a half an hour. And we're almost done with these now. That's to show you, and again, it's probably one of the reasons why most people don't do research, because of the amount of time. It's so time consuming. That. And I get, and you know what? The payoff, I got to be honest with you, isn't that high. What are you going to do? You're going to go through 1,000. You're going to research 1,000 pennies to find one that's worth $10. or even let's even call it $100. Now, the pay, but for your knowledge, though, that's a whole different subject, right? If you got the time and you're very enthusiastic about um, coin roll hunting, penny roll hunting, then yes, and those 1,000 hours and thousands of pennies that you're going to research, it's worth it because you're going to learn so much by doing it. So that I will say. But at some point, you might get satisfied with where you're at. Knowledge, like you know, not that you're a know-it-all, but that you know enough where you can say, you know, I know that this penny's not in good condition, and if there's a slight hub doubling on it, it's not worth anything. Even if I was able to find the specific error, you know, the, you know, this dash that, you know, but it doesn't matter. The penny's only worth $1, let's call it, you know, and you really, it's hard to sell a dollar penny, you know, it's hard to sell a $5 penny. So most of the pennies with these really weak errors are worth, you know, nothing to maybe $1. If you're lucky, it's worth $1. And then you have to find someone to give you $1. So if you're in it for the money, then you're probably going to be really disappointed with the hobby. But if you're in it to learn, I like that. See, this one almost has no rim. Still, not, no. Then you're going to be very disappointed. Then you could just go out and buy your coins. You know what I mean? But here on Look What Jess Found, that's a nice one. I'll put this in with the MS ones. Might even have, it looks like it has some, maybe I don't know what that is. I'll put it with the MS ones. And that's it. 37 minutes, 38 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video, this second look at the misaligned dies that I put to the side over the months, almost a year. These are the ones for the shorts. These are the ones that were most significant out of the ones we looked at. We got 7 short videos. We found one really, really exceptional condition penny. We found some really nice condition ones. And so I'm glad I always hold on to all my copper, and sometimes I research the errors later. So thank you. You're still here after almost 40 minutes. Thanks and God bless. And I will see you in the next one.